Aloha and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This, of course, is the season of feasting, family, and pretending you did not go back for a fourth plate. Today, we're stepping away from the mashed potatoes and the turkey, and we're moving into something a little more spirited, or in this case, blended. Because today's drink is a warm and spicy holiday highball called the Gingerbread Cocktail. This drink can be found on the Liber Co website. It features the historic and incredibly underrated, in my opinion, Denizen Vatted Dark Rum. This is a blend that tells a story of centuries-old rum traditions, the British Navy, and how modern blenders are bringing this heritage back to life. So grab your warmest sweater, maybe hide from your in-laws for just a few minutes, and let's get into a little Thanksgiving cocktail history. To understand vatted dark rum, we have to travel back 300 years to a time when European empires were carving up the Caribbean. Sugar was currency and rum was the lifeblood of sailors, merchants, and rebels. The British Navy did not make rum, they vatted it. They blended rums from Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, and Martinique all into huge wooden vats. These weren't just craft blends, they were giant cultural mashups. It's fitting for Thanksgiving, a holiday built on bringing different traditions together into something shared, that we look at Denizen Vatted Dark Rum. A major part of Denizen's blend comes from Guyana, home to some of the oldest rum-making traditions on Earth. The company intentionally honors a key moment in Guyana's history, the Demerara Rebellion of 1823, when enslaved people rose up against British rule in one of the Caribbean's largest uprisings. So Denizen's tagline, "Free the flavor," is more than just marketing. It's an acknowledgement of the fight for freedom, human dignity, and people whose hands built the rum we celebrate today. And honestly, Thanksgiving is the perfect time to reflect on where our traditions come from and who created them. So pairing gingerbread spice with a rum that is as deep and bold as this is perfect holiday chemistry. And that brings us to today's cocktail, the Gingerbread Cocktail. That can be found in Liber Co's newsletter from a few weeks ago. So to start, you need 1/4 of an ounce of Liber Co fiery ginger syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon of molasses, 1/4 of an ounce of Allspice Dram, and 1.5 ounces of an aged rum. Originally, this calls to stir in the highball glass, but I will be shaking it with ice. And take a highball glass and fill it to the top with ice, and pour the drink strained over the ice. Then top with 1 to 2 ounces of soda water. And today I'll be garnishing with a dehydrated orange slice and a charred cinnamon stick. And that, my friends, is how you make the gingerbread cocktail from Liber Co's website using the Denizen Vatted Dark Rum. So let's give it a shot. You get that deep rum and molasses. You don't really get the gingerbread though. So the Liber Co website stated that this is going to taste like, holiday in a glass. And I'll tell you right now, full disclosure, I made this cocktail a few nights ago to try it out. I typically will try out cocktails before I film episodes. This one I did, and if you watched an episode I filmed a few months ago, the Ginger and Marianne episode, based on the characters from Gilligan's Island, of course, this is very reminiscent of that drink. That fiery ginger syrup really hits you in the back of your throat. It's still a fantastic cocktail. It's still really good. So, one, let me know what you think of this cocktail. But that being said, I wanted to try to actually make the drink that Liber Co's description said. So they said it's going to taste like gingerbread or a gingerbread cookie, etc. So using essentially the same base, I still used Denizen's Vatted Dark Rum, but I used Liquid Alchemist regular ginger syrup. I added cinnamon syrup, I added vanilla syrup, and then I also dusted it with nutmeg and cinnamon. That made it a bunch better. I believe, if I remember correctly, this was a few nights ago, I brought down the lemon juice a little bit from 3/4 to 1/2 ounce. And as I was sitting there drinking that, I said, this is the cocktail that I think Liber Co was going for. I can't speak for them. I'm not really sure, but I would try that drink instead. If you're looking for something that's much more Thanksgiving-esque, much more of that holiday in a glass that the description stated. But that being said, this is still a really, really good cocktail. Let me know what you thought of this. But so there you have it. That is the Liber Co Gingerbread Cocktail, as powered by Denizen's Vatted Dark Rum. So it is Thanksgiving, and whether you are hosting a full dinner, or celebrating Friendsgiving, or just trying to survive 9 hours of football, Go Pack Go. This one's gonna make everything just a little bit warmer, a little bit more spicy, and a bit more delicious. So that all being said, I hope you all have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I know I will be. I have to finish filming this and I have to go start cooking because we have a lot of food that we have to make for tomorrow. So once again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Akole Maluna, cheers, happy Thanksgiving, Go Pack Go, and enjoy.